KPU Telecommunications, located in Ketchikan, Alaska, is home to the only local television available on our remote Alaskan island. Accessible only by plane or boat, our entire island is our only studio. Our small crew of 2, along with 3 part-time videographers, creates new shows weekly for our 15 channels of local television. We have been able to produce highly entertaining shows that highlight everything Ketchikan has to offer, and we often say that Ketchikan truly has the most interesting people per square foot. From treehouse masters to bears, unusual kitchen characters, world-famous artists, and more, KPU TV takes local television to a new level using the community as our stars. We truly offer Ketchikan an interactive TV experience, with over 12 different shows produced in-house, as well as producing countless PSAs and training videos for local nonprofits and agencies. In 2016, we also continued producing feature documentaries, so it only seemed natural that KPU TV partner with the Ketchikan Area Arts and Humanities Council to produce a full-length film on the 30 years of wearable arts in Ketchikan. As a top 100 arts community in the nation, this premier arts event has been duplicated in countless communities throughout Alaska and beyond. With over 125 people attending the KPU TV community premiere, the film will serve as a blueprint for future artists wishing to design their own unique wearable art. Our documentary on domestic violence is now part of a featured exhibit in the Alaska State Museum and is traveling the state to promote awareness of Alaska's unfortunate status as one of the most violent states in the U.S. Similarly, in 2016, KPU TV was invited to partner with the State of Alaska court system to produce and film a new documentary about the drug epidemic and its effects on Alaska's communities. This piece will join our 3 documentaries currently featured around the state. In keeping with tradition, we didn't stop there. In 2016, Ketchikan was named a Coast Guard city, and KPU TV partnered with the United States Coast Guard in creating our own special event, Ketchikan's Top Chef 2016. Featuring Coast Guard personnel and their families, the event raised thousands for the Chief Petty Officer Association's effort to help a local elementary school build a greenhouse. In 2016, KPU TV rolled out 2 new shows to the delight of our audience. The Blueberry Cottage looks inside the homes of Ketchikan for creative, low-cost do-it-yourself projects, and hungry viewers laughed along as our new Dude Food show took cholesterol to new heights. From the Little Steampunk Library to Ketchikan's own Plunge for Peace, there's never a shortage of interesting stories to tell. And we haven't forgotten the hometown favorites, K-High Sports. From baseball, basketball, football, and more, KPU TV covers all the K-High action to include every sport and activity, offering Ketchikan's only truly professional sports coverage. With the only live coverage of K-High sports, KPU TV fans tune in by the hundreds to cheer on the K-High Kings. Covering local government and events is the bread and butter of most local TV, and KPU TV's 2016 coverage of the elections was as colorful as ever. With exclusive access to high-level politicians and candidates, KPU TV brings political news to a town that has no 5 o'clock news. Our coverage of the historic rollout of the new Alaska State Ferry Taslina was featured on Fox News in Anchorage. From the 4th of July to the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade and other popular local events, KPU TV doesn't miss any of the fun. No one can forget the impact of social media as a way of engaging the community and the world beyond. Our social media accounts have grown to over 50,000 fans, and host and producer Michelle O'Brien is a widely sought-after speaker nationally in the area of social media. Our live KPU webcams draw in views from around the world as our nearly 1 million tourists check out their next cruise ship stop. And in the summer of 2016, KPU TV was the recipient of the Overall Excellence in Government Programming from the Alliance for Community Media. KPU TV, totally local, simply brilliant.
This medium is, well, bizarre if you really want to get down to it. All of a sudden, and for me, that's something that's really a wonderful challenge, I guess, is trying to not only make something that's 3-dimensional, but then you're also adding time. it moves. It has a time element and movement. So thinking about all of those things together is a wonderful, interesting challenge for me.
Try again. 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
I've been working on the piece since, when was that, October? Before I even knew if I had it or not. Because I was like, I'm really into this. So even if we don't get to do it at Wearable, maybe we can do it in a different performance, and I'll just reshape it so that it fits on a stage versus a runway.
Yeah, ask about glue gun injuries.
Yeah, I've burned myself quite a few times.
Yes, actually, when I was making the hats for the Arts Council, I got sidetracked with one of my grandchildren as I went to push this little cardboard piece to hold the inner cardboard so that your head will stop, and glued these two fingers together.
Holy crap, I just burned my hand. But I still gotta hold it. So here's helmet, headpiece. I feel this is getting close.
You really should ask people, where do they store all of their pieces when they're done with them?
I'm one of those people, I have a really hard time after building it, like destroying it or getting rid of it. I won't lie, in a couple of cases, the ones that I finally did get rid of, they sit around stored wherever I can find space. It's kind of ridiculous, like, honestly. Like, you can tell I'm a little embarrassed. I'm like, why do you have that?
I keep all my hats. One day they'll find me, I'll just be in my house, you know, death by hats or something.
I will spend 200 hours on a piece, and then the question is, what do you do with it afterwards? I throw them away. You have to learn to let go. This one's been in my garage, but it will probably get thrown away very shortly because there's just no place to put them. You gotta make it for the enjoyment of the moment and then let it go.
I gotta know, are you going to be in the pie eating contest again this year?
Yes,
And how'd you do last year?
I won.
You won! All right, people want to know, what is your strategy?
I can't tell you,
Well, no one here will know, so it's just you and us.
but it's on TV.
No, it's not live.
I still can't tell you.
Sneaky, sneaky blueberry pie eating competitors. Who would have known? We thought you were going to spill the beans. Maybe you and I should have a pie eat-off. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
All right, maybe we'll do it at the end. Good luck.
Thanks. And remember to come see The Lion King Jr. on August 12th and 13th at the K-High Auditorium.
Sweet, you're a natural. We need to have you back on TV. I love what Alma Parker does for all of the young people and all of the little dancers. Absolutely fantastic.
She does a lot of choreography for things for Wearable. And
I don't know how she does it. And she's
also
on our
city
board.
school board, yeah.
Super cute. They are adorable. Welcome to KPU TV's Catch a Can's Top Chef 2016. We're right here at the Crow's Nest with the United States Coast Guard. This is going to be an amazing event. In fact, it's going to be so amazing that they had to have a prelim. So tonight is all about Catch a Can's Top Chef basic training. 2 of these teams will go to the finals on April 7th. Enjoy the show. Each team will have 40 minutes to cook with a 10-minute break in between. So there is no end to the cool projects that people are doing right here in Ketchikan. And we found one thanks to social media. So we're right here. I think it's one of the coolest little libraries in the entire world. Now, Jake, you guys built this. I mean, I was driving past. It's like a Harley sitting on the street. So I want to know what was your inspiration? How did you guys do this? And since I live right around the corner, for the time being, I actually might check out a book.
Absolutely.
All right, so tell me about this. I mean, you guys built this out of what?
Basically a bunch of stuff we found in the basement in our
love
house
it.
in town. We remodeled a house on First Avenue. And so all the windows came out of there. I'd say about 95% of the stuff in here is repurposed stuff. The big tank is a hot water tank.
Okay.
The smaller one came out, it's an expansion tank from the old heating system out of the house in town. And the heater, and then a lot of odds and ends. It's got some old chainsaw parts and an old compressor I found at a secondhand store. And
bike wheels,
Yeah.
lots of bike wheels. Where'd you
Those-
find these?
stolen from kids around the neighborhood. No, actually,
No.
I got them from the dump. The people would take them to the dump.
Oh, perfect, right.
So, and I got parts that I had left over off of like changing the shocks on my pickup, and just little bits and bobs I found here and there, odds and ends.
I don't know, where do we start? What did you get?
Well,
Let's move this out of the way. These are really beautiful plants.
I got lobelia, which is blooms all summer long.
Oh, really?
Has white flowers, and it is trailing. Some of these I do not know the name of. I just know that they grow well in my yard, and I have kind of the same exposure.
Okay.
These are sugar snap peas. These are edible.
Nice. Okay, so,
This is mint,
oh, I love mint.
chocolate mint.
Ooh,
no,
chocolate.
spearmint.
Spearmint, okay.
Put a sprig in your iced tea. and
Perfect,
you'll-
my sweet tea. I love
Yes.
it. And this is really pretty, right here.
This is a calabricia, and it will bloom like this all summer long.
Now, will it trail down?
It will. It will.
great.
Most of these things will trail. I thought you had that expanse to the bottom of your deck that we could fill
If
with.
my plants get that long, we're in big trouble.
No, you just take the scissors and trim them where you want. Then they bush out. So
Perfect.
we're good.
This washed up on the beach.
Are you kidding?
Just
This is
perfect.
amazing. It's so, it is perfect. It wraps right
I know,
around.
I know.
How long did it take for you to find this?
I was just out looking over the edge, and I said, Mike, where are you? You're gonna crawl
Of
down on the
course,
rocks.
make him go and get it.
Yes, make him go get it. And he fetched it out of the water, and I said, I think it's perfect, and it was.
And then there's
at
another
that.
one above it.
Yeah, that one came up on the beach
So,
too.
This is awesome. More oars.
Yes, my husband has lots of oars from when he was even a little kid, some of these are.
And I can feel the cool air from the open top. And I feel like a kid again in here. This is
what
awesome.
You're supposed to have that little fantasy life here.
This rocks.
Thank you.
And the squirrel actually crawls up and down the tree.
Yes, he'll wake you up when you're in that little room there sleeping.
Is this the biggest tournament that's happened in a while?
In Southeast, it's the biggest tournament that's been here.
And so what can we expect to see today?
A lot of fun action. There's going to be, we have two teams from Southeast, Ketchikan and Wrangell. And then we also have Orange Crush from Anchorage out of the Rage City Rollers that is coming down.
Okay, so as a referee, what do you look, a lot of things to look at. Give us some examples of what you're looking for. And
There's a lot of action in roller derby, and unlike other sports, players are actually playing offense and defense at the same time. So there's 10 skaters on the track, 5 from each team, and we have 7 officials. So we have a 7 to 10 ratio there. So everybody has their position and like quadrant of the track that they watch. So.
Hi, my name is Mavis Muller. I'm a visual artist, installation artist. I've been hearing a new term being used for artists such as myself who like to use my art as my activism in advocacy for the natural world, and that word is artivist. It's sort of a combination between art and activist. And I like that term because I feel most satisfied when I can use my art to heighten people's awareness about the natural world. And the fact that I work with sticks and twigs and grasses and things like that, it makes it really comfortable for me to give voice to the natural world through my art. And so as the plants and the trees remind us of how blessed we are to be surrounded by such beauty, at the same time we can address some of the perils that loom over the horizon for the natural world. And one of those perils is toward the water. And so this has become a concern of mine and of many here in Alaska, especially those of us that were here during the days of the Exxon oil spill, when we saw firsthand what can happen when one is not vigilant in regard to the safety and protection of the waterways of Alaska. This year I've decided to use my art to symbolize the message of the water that connects Alaska and Alaskan communities.
Hey, thanks, Steve, and welcome to Esther Shea Memorial Field. Another day for K-High Kings football as the Kings get ready to take on the Eagle River Wolves.
Weaves through traffic over to Marcus, who finishes with the left-handed. K-High with a 3-point lead, 3:40 to go, stolen by Marcus Lee. All the way down, coast to coast, lays it up good. And K-High on a roll, and we got a timeout. And the crowd goes wild.
Outside to Clark, bam!
Now they send Dossett in motion to the right side. Wong rolls out, looks down the middle into Ortiz. Beautiful catch by Ortiz. Wow. Ortiz just went up for that one in double coverage, comes down with it on the Thunder Mountain 40-yard line, and a beautiful 20-yard pass from Wong to Ortiz.
Who just reached over and put the glove on to protect my my windshield because the box kind of deep. And there's one ripped, and that's what I say.
No, just off the top of the fence. Shea rounds third. He's going to score. Bonk's going to get into third with a stand-up triple. So he just hit that ball to the deepest part of the field, which I don't know, it's probably 395. And hey, pool, you know what that hit? It hit the top of the pool engineering side.
I get a hot dog.
I think you get a hot dog for that.